welcome to your stretch and tone class. Let's start by rotating your shoulders forwards and back and feeling that nice stretch around the shoulders, mobilizing the shoulders. Wonderful. And then from here we're going to take the hands up towards the ceiling. Give yourself a big stretch. And then take the arms down beside you. And again, deep, strong, tall stretch. And then hands down. One more, deep breath in. Stretch and then breathe out. Let's go into a gentle spinal twist. Looking round behind you to incorporate the neck. Wonderful. From here, gently place your hands on your hips and just rotate your hips one way and then rotate your hips the other. Great work. And then from here, let's stand on one leg, balance on one leg and just loosen that knee. Lengthen your spine and then swing that leg forwards and back. See if you can touch your toes. Great if you can, don't worry if not. Great, let's take that leg across the body and rise and lift. Pause for a moment before you take that leg down. Raise and lower, nice and controlled. And then let's turn into hip flexors. So turning that leg up and out to the side. Wonderful. Rotate your ankle and your wrist. And then let's move to the other side. Standing nice and tall. Lengthen your spine. Let's just mobilize the knee. Hold on to something if your balance is a bit wobbly today. Swing that leg forwards and back. And then see if you can reach and touch your toes. Beautiful. Let's take that leg across and out to the side. And out to the side. Wonderful. Draw your navel in, hold it in. Let's go into hip flexors. Taking that knee up and out to the side. If you haven't already, draw the navel in, hold it in throughout the class, keeping your spine nice and long. And rotate your ankle and your wrist. Beautiful. We're going to continue with the breath. So you're going to have your feet hip width apart. You're going to come down, scoop up your breath. Deep breath in. You're going to hold your breath, palms together. Lift your hands and then exhale out. And continue. Deep breath in. Hold. And then exhale. Breathing in goodness, love and vitality. Hold that breath to nourish your body. And exhale out anything you don't need anymore. One more. Hold and exhale. Let's go into mountain pose by walking your feet closer together. Raise your toes, spread your toes and then place them down. You want to get an even distribution of body weight in the soles of your feet if you can. Raise your kneecap. Lengthen your spine, your shoulders are down and back and your hands are pointing down. You're spreading your fingers nice and wide. It's as though you want to touch the floor and lengthen your spine. And lastly, just raise your chin just a little, not too much. And then you can either gaze straight ahead to the floor or close your eyes, whichever's most suitable for you. And just wherever you are gazing, or if you're closing your eyes, to spend a moment to check in with your body this morning. Just do an internal body scan and see, how are you this morning? How is it feeling for you today? Well done. And then gently blink your eyelids open. Allow your palms just to rest in front. Allow your chin to come down towards your chest. Walk your feet so that they're hip width apart. And we're just going to take our attention around the neck. So gently with the chin down towards your chest, you're just going to rock your head. So it's going to go to the left and then to the right. And you're trying to keep the ear as close to your shoulder. And find that nice stretch. And of course, feel free to pause at any point if there is an area of tenderness that needs a little bit of stretching out. Feel free even to place your hand on that area if you need to. So be mindful throughout the lesson. Our thoughts love to interrupt us, but try not to stay with your thought. Instead, come back to the class, come back to your movement. Better still, come back to your breath and focus on the breath. Moving the head round and just loosen that neck. Really feel that stretch around the neck and just move the head however is suitable for you. Great. You're gently going to look to the left and then look to the right. So you're just going to look to one side and really stretch those neck muscles and then look in the opposite direction as you stretch. And gently just take your head from left to right. And again, feel free to pause, listen to your body, and if it needs it, just give it a little massage. Take the head left to right. In your own time, nice and steady. And then in your own time, we're going to take the chin down towards the chest and then up towards the ceiling and down again and up. So just again, take your time, your awareness on your body. Feel that stretch and enjoy. Beautiful. And then just keep your gaze straight ahead. We're going to go into a spinal twist. Allow the arms just to gently tap your body as your arms just go from one side to the other. Looking around behind you incorporates the neck as well. Wonderful. And then gently keep that spinal twist, but instead of just allowing your hands just to flop, just start shaking the hands out. So it's as though you're air drying them after having washed your hands. Beautiful. Pausing in the center and continue to shake your hands. And we're going to take our hands down towards the ground and then take a beautiful in-breath in. Crisscross your hands and then breathe out and squat down. Crisscross, breathe in. Crisscross your hands at the top and then breathe out as you crisscross at the bottom. So it's a little rebound when you come down to the bottom, rebound squat and then come up, crisscross. And again, rebound down. And keep your hands towards the ceiling. Stretch them out as though you're trying to reach the ceiling. Now interlace your fingers, but it's only your index fingers pointing towards the ceiling. Walk your feet closer together. And really stretch your body up towards the ceiling. Gently, you're going to start twisting your body to look over in one direction. So I'm twisting over to the left and then I'm twisting over to the right. And just in your own time, start twisting your body to the left and to the right. Feeling that nice stretch. Staying in the center, you're going to lengthen the body again, but this time you're just going to move laterally to the side. Try not to twist the body at all. Try to keep as lateral as you can. There's a sheet of glass in front and behind you. And really stretch your body to the side and notice that beautiful stretch around this obliques and hips and waist, and really stretch. Position your body so you can really feel and enjoy that stretch. And feel that stretching coming back towards the center. Feel free to lower your shoulders a little bit. And then let's go to the other side. And again, stay here until you can really feel that stretch around your obliques, your waist and your hips and the side of this body here. Stretch. Feel that stretch. Coming back towards the center, reaching up towards the ceiling. Separate your hands and then twinkle with your fingers as your elbows bend and they're coming down. Beautiful. Let's go into a gentle spinal twist. Wonderful. Walk your feet so that they're hip width apart. Beautiful. You're going to come down and we're going to do that again, but in terms of crisscross your hands, breathe in. Crisscross your hands at the top, breathe out. Breathe in as you go up. Crisscross, breathe out as you come down. Crisscross and then beautiful. Crisscross and then down. Staying up at the top, interlace your fingers, index finger pointing towards the ceiling. Start twisting from one side to the other. Keeping your abdominal muscles in. Beautiful. And then reaching straight up towards the ceiling and laterally moving to the side and really feel that stretch. Again, check your own body to make sure that you are as lateral as you can, that nothing's bending. You're just bending to the side. Beautiful. Come on up. And then let's go to the other side. And feel that stretch. To the side, really stretch. Beautiful. Coming up towards the center, reach up tall. And then twinkle, twinkle your fingers as your elbows bend and you're coming down. Beautiful, gentle spinal twist. Wonderful. We're going to go on to the sun salutation now. So I'm going to step to the side of my mat. And I'm going to be facing my short end of the mat. Are you ready? Softness in the knees as you take a beautiful in-breath in. Back bend if you want to before you fold in half. Feel that stretch here. Let's just stay here a moment. So remember, if your hamstrings are really tight, bend your knees and lower the hips so you can really still enjoy the stretch. And just really relax. You can even bend and straighten the legs a little if that's what you want to. Ultimately, we're stretching at the back of the legs. So feel that stretch. Wonderful. Come on up into half fold with aeroplane arms straight back. Feel that stretch. Wonderful. From here, you're going to come on down into plank, stepping your feet back, and then resting your knees to be in a 3/4 plank. Tilt your pelvis so your tailbone is tucked under. feel your abdominal muscles. Don't have your hands too far forward. Have them underneath your shoulders and chest area. Your feet are flat, and just feel that in the 3/4 plank, your abdominal muscles, and feel that working. Gently take your hips back, big toes are touching. Let's go into child's pose. Keep your hands stretched out in front, and feel free to even move your body, stretching your back. Remember, your knees can be together or they can be spread further apart. And your head, if you want to, can be rested on the mat, or it can just hover. Gently, let's move forward to Cobra. And even here, you can rest on your forearm if it's easier. When you're in Cobra, start looking to the left and to the right. So you're actually looking over your shoulder, moving the hips slightly out of the way. And again, notice those stretches around your abdominals and obliques, stretching your sides, helping you to tone this area, helping you to turn your arms as it's supporting you. And now I'd like you to move in your own time between child's pose and Cobra, and just take your time as you go from one movement to the next. Breathing out as you're going back, breathing in as you're moving forward, and really try to connect that breath to movement, being mindful to your movement, acknowledging any thoughts that may interrupt you, but then come back to the practice, to the mat. Working with your breath. Wonderful. Spending time in one position, maybe longer than the other. Enjoy that stretch. You know your body best, so do spend the time where you need it the most. Wonderful, stretching back and forth. Great work. And then as you make your way back, we're going to get ready to raise our hips. So curl your toes under, spread your fingers nice and wide, looking at your thighs. You're going to raise those hips and push back. Take that body weight back towards your heels. Try not to have the body weight over your hands. Bend one knee and then the other, and really feel that stretch. Walk it out. Stretch out one leg and then the other. Raise the hips. Take that body weight off your hands, but more towards the back of the legs. Stretch one side and then the other. And then gently bending both knees as you look forward. Walk, step or jump to the front. Nice and controlled. Come on up into half fold. Come on down into a full fold. Feel that stretch. Then gently lower the hips, bend your knees and come all the way up to standing. Deep breath in, palms together as you breathe out, and rest your hands in front of your heart space. Beautiful. Let's do this again. Beautiful in breath. Breathe out. Fold in half. Have your legs bent or straight. Allow the head just to relax. And have your body weight evenly distributed in the feet. Then gently come on up into half fold with aeroplane arms. Straight back, feel that stretch. And then from here you're going to place your hands to the mat, step back into plank, resting your knees onto the mat, 3/4 plank, tailbone tucked under, check your posture, make sure it feels good for you. Remember, you can be on your forearm if your hand stretched out is too much. Feel your abdominal muscles being activated here and toning up as you're holding them in place. Then gently take that body weight back and then take your time like before between child's pose and cobra, taking your time between one and the other and stretching things, stretching your body, enjoying that stretch. Moving from one position to the next, nice and slow. Your full attention is on the body, and stretching out areas, helping you to tone areas of your desire. Wonderful. Feel that stretch, and now let's get ready to curl our toes under. So come and meet me in this position where you're curling your toes under. You're going to raise your hips up and back. And you're bending one knee and then the other. And really do your best to take that body weight back off your hands. Raise the hips. Imagine there's a rope around your hip and it's lifting your hips up towards the ceiling, but back, up and back. Feel that stretch. Then bend both knees just to take that body weight back, and then straighten the legs. Bend both knees again, pushing back, and then straighten. Last time, bend both knees, push back towards your legs, and then breathe out and straighten the legs. Bend both knees, look forward, walk, step or jump to the front. Then gently come up into half fold, aeroplane arms. Body weight is forward towards your toes. Don't raise the heel. Fold in half, looking at your legs. You can hold the back of the legs. Then gently bend the knees and come all the way up to standing. Deep breath in and out. Beautiful. We're going to do the sun salutation again, but I'm going to break it up a bit, make it a little bit more interesting and work more muscles that way as well. Beautiful in-breath. Beautiful out-breath. Fold in half. See if you can touch your toes or bend more. Every time you do this, you should notice there's a bit more flexibility. Gently come on up into half fold. Now the aeroplane arms will become wings. So your hands are going to come down, palms are meeting in the center, and then out to the side again. Squeeze your shoulder blades before you take your hands down and out to the side. Now gaze ahead, slightly ahead to keep your neck straight. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Of course, your arms can be slightly bent at the elbow. Lower the hands and make sure your body weight is evenly distributed in the soles of your feet. Last time, take the arms out, keep them out, and we change into aeroplane arms. Body weight forward to your toes, feel that stretch in your back muscles, the back of the legs and your glutes. Just feel that stretch. Then gently come on down into a 3/4 plank again. So you know how to position your body, so let's get there. Feel that abdominal muscles working. Now we're going to stay here, but work your arms. So staying on your knees, you're going to gently come down on one forearm and then the other forearm. Then you're going to push up with one hand and then the other. So it's like a walking plank on the spot where you're taking one elbow down to your mat, followed by the other elbow. Push yourself up from one hand and then the other. But do try, where possible, to alternate your hands. So it's not always the same side that moves first. Nice and controlled. Keep your abdominal muscles active as well here. So they are helping you. So you're on your knees, but you're gently using also your upper body to help yourself lift and lower. So this is a great exercise for any age really, to help keep our arms and chest strong, to help us lift ourselves. Keep your abdominal muscles tight. Gently move down onto your forearm and up. Speed is not required here, just a really nice, good, strong technique to help you lift and lower. Beautiful. And then let's finish off by resting on our forearms. So you're staying on your forearms and you're then lowering your hips completely on the floor and you're stretching out your back here. You're going to clench your glutes and raise your feet off the floor and then down and relax. So clench your glutes, raise your feet off the floor and then down and relax. And again, clench your glutes nice and strong, raise your feet off the mat and then down. Wonderful. Let's just do 2 more. Clench, raise your feet and then down. 1 more. Clench your glutes, raise your feet. Wonderful. And relax. Gently come on up, push yourself up, come up into a tabletop position. And in tabletop, I want you to freestyle and move how you like. So up, down, side to side. So you can be like a cat or a dog and just move the hips, move your spine. And we're going to get ready to get into the cat and cow movement. So as a reminder, your knee is in line with your hip and your hand is in a straight line with your shoulders. Your hands can be flat, or you can create a fist if your wrists need a break. Then empty your lungs by curling, by taking your spine up towards the ceiling. And then take a nice breath in as you lower the spine and look forward. And breathe out as you go into cat. Breathing in when you go into cow. Take your time and just move how your body likes it. But ultimately we're focusing on the spine here, trying to get the spine as high as we can, and then just keeping our tummy muscles active as we are lowering the spine. Beautiful. And then just freestyle and just move the body how you like, forwards, back, side to side, wiggle your hips. And just, you can even take your hand, that weight off your hands and sitting back. Don't feel you always have to be on your wrists. Beautiful. We're going to work our arms again with the leg. So your hands are nice and wide. We're going to do one press up as we raise the back leg. So for me right now, I'm resting on my right knee. My left leg is extended. I'm going to raise my right heel as I do a press up, nice and controlled, come down and push up. So make sure you're evenly distributed here. And just take your time as you come down. So you can either, just before your face, forehead touches the mat, push yourself up, or you can gaze to one side and lower yourself more by taking your forehead almost down to the mat. Let's continue. Lower and raise. Come on down and up. Now feel your abs working here. Your arms are working, as well as that back leg and glutes, as you are taking the heel up towards the ceiling and down. Just one more. And relax again by relaxing into child's pose, or take your weight back in towards your heels. Well done. Okay, next side, other side. Extend your right leg. You're resting on your left knee. You're coming forward into a gentle press up. You choose how low you want to go. And then also, the higher you raise your heel, the more you also work. Listening to your own body, you're only going to go to your capability. But the mission is always to push yourself that little bit further every time, even if it is just for a few repetitions. Draw your navel in and relax. Beautiful. Sitting back, and we're just going to relax our arm and wrist. So just place your hands or hand around one of the wrists, just to kind of give it a bit of a TLC massage between one and the other. And it's normal if your wrists will from time to time feel achy. Wonderful. We're going to go back on our hands and knees, but this time we're going to step. So I'm stepping my left leg forward. Okay, I'm resting on my right knee. If that's too much for you, grab yourself some padding, a cushion or blanket or something for that right knee if you need it. And all we're going to do is we're going to step forward with that left foot, making sure that your left knee is still in a straight line with your left ankle, but you can feel your right hip flexors on the other side stretching out. Keep your back straight and lean forward. You may also feel your left glutes here stretching and toning. So on this movement right now, you're stretching your right hip flexors. But then we're going to take our body weight back, keeping that left foot in front, and we're going to go into hamstrings. So really keep your fingertips on the mat as you are stretching your hamstrings here. And remember, you can keep that leg straight or bent. You know your body best. You can even move forwards and back, as long as you can feel those hamstrings and calf muscles stretching here. Of course, you can hold on to your toes as well. So many options. Pick the one that's best for you. and stretch those legs out. Beautiful. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Step forward with your right leg. So have that left knee back enough to feel your left hip flexor stretch. Keep your back straight, lean forward, but making sure that your right knee and ankle are straight. Feel that stretch. Wonderful. And then nice and controlled, come back, keeping that right foot forward. And as before, notice what's best for you and move accordingly. Feeling that stretch. And of course, you don't have to move, you can just stay still. As long as you're stretching and you can feel the muscles lengthening. Wonderful. And relax. So, taking the feet out of the way, we're going to sit down onto the mat. You're going to keep your knees bent. We're going to work around the waist a bit more. So have your toes pointing towards the ceiling, as are your knees, your legs are bent. Sit up nice and tall, nice and straight, so don't have a rounded back, straight back. And you can imagine you either holding an imaginary ball in your hand, or you can interlace your fingers, and you are just going to go from one side to the other, either taking this imaginary ball from one side to the other, or you can interlace your fingers and move from left to right. For those that want a bit more of a challenge, of course, if you wish, you can raise your feet off the mat, but as long as you don't round your back and as long as you don't sit on your lower back, then that's the best thing to do for you there. And let's work the waist, the stomach, as you go from one side to the other. Gently, keeping that chest up. So remember, don't round your back. From one side to the other. Beautiful, from one to the next. And relax. Beautiful. Come forward, round your back and give your legs a nice hug. Your feet can come down onto the mat and just round your back and just give yourself a well done hug for this. Wonderful. Keeping this position, your hands are behind you to kind of help and support you not falling back. You're going to extend your right leg straight out in front. Your left knee is bent, and all you're going to do is raise your left leg and lower. So you're not raising it all the way up, you're just taking it off the floor and down. Keep your toes pointing up towards the ceiling as you raise that leg and lower. Tummy muscles tight. Your hands behind you is supporting your back muscles and helping you to not fall. Stomach muscles tight. This is working the front of the legs. And one more. And relax. Bend that right knee, extend that left leg, left toes pointing up towards the ceiling, raise and lower. Nice and controlled. Well done. Keep going, you're doing so well. And relax. Keeping both knees bent, your hands are still behind you. You're allowing, your feet are a little bit more than hip width apart, and they're both twisting, so they're both bending to the left, both to the right. They're not touching the floor, but they are heading in that direction. And your hips and bottom may want to kind of shuffle forward as well, but try to just allow your legs just to go from left to right, feeling that stretch more on the outside of the leg. Beautiful. Walk your feet away from you. So you've got your legs nice and straight, and what we're going to do is head forward towards our toes. We're going to take our fingertips on top of the legs, stroke it up the thigh. You're going to take your fingertips up your waist and up past your shoulders, your ears, up towards the ceiling. Take a deep in-breath, and then as you breathe out, see if you can touch your toes, ankle or shin, and just stay here for a moment before you then stretch again by taking your hands up past your waist, past your shoulders and ears. Breathe in, and then as you breathe out, stretch and see what you can do. Don't worry if you can't go all the way down and flat. Deep breath in and out. Touch your toes, stay where you are for a moment, and then gently let go. We're going to gently lie down on our back. So bend your knees and carefully come down onto the mat. Keep your lower back flush against the floor as you are window wiping the knees again, both to the left, both to the right. Draw your navel in. And then just allow the knees just to fall in one direction and stretch. And feel that stretch not only on the top of the legs here, but also across your waist. And then take both legs in the opposite direction. And again, feel it at the top of the leg and across your waist. And feel that stretch. Now we're going to extend our hands above our head and walk your feet away, and you're going to give yourself a really nice big stretch. Imagine you being pulled apart, so really feel that stretch in your abdominal muscles. Stretch, 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 and sigh and relax. Now we're going to tense every part of our muscle. From head to toe, we're going to scrunch our eyebrows, nose, mouth, fist, shoulders, glutes are nice and strong, legs tight, stretch, stretch, stretch. Not stretch, tense, sorry, tense, tense, tense. And then sigh as you relax and let go. And again. Tense everything nice and strong. And relax, sigh as you just let go. Melt into your mat. And again, tense everything. Your eyes, nose, mouth, whole body. You choose the intensity, nice and strong. And then sigh as you melt into your mat. Then just focus on your breath as we come towards the end. Take some really nice breaths in. And exhale out any toxins, negativity, stress, anxiety, anything you don't need anymore. Just breathe it out. In with a goodness and out. So tense everything for the last time and relax. And then come on up towards the screen.